Heroes and villains and sidekicks. Thank you for joining us once again, maybe for the first time, the Umbra Initiative post show.
What up?
Exclusive to patreon.com/the Umbra Initiative. Good to see ya.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah.
This is for episode 7. Thank you for joining us for this week. We had a bit of a break.
We did.
We had a week off, and then we had our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
So we had to get back into canon.
Oh, yeah. It's been a couple weeks.
So why don't we go into it?
Yeah.
I think we should.
I think we should.
All right.
I think we should talk a lot about, like...
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yes.
That was a lot more.
I took so many notes this session. Like,
I wanna hear 'em, yeah.
Look at this. I got that, and I got
Oh
that.
my God! A whole page and a half, or is that 2 pages? Both pages.
Both pages.
Wow.
And that, yeah.
We got now. You got to read them.
Well, it starts with the pre-scene.
Pre-scene happens, and we have Marie.
Yeah.
Read your note.
Read your notes.
Vance Manor, Marie encounters someone claiming to be, I thought it was Ike, but now I understand that it was probably his sister. But I put Ike at the door.
Yeah, so we had a quick little scene with Marie, Vance Manor. Yep, and somebody showed up. Ben. And we came back from you guys, from the Umbra.
Yeah. Where we left off.
I reasonably distraught.
I
Not
didn't
doing
actually
too hot.
bring it up, but I have with from the last one, that overdriver thing. I have to make a check, and if I fail it, I get dazed and impaired or disabled and exhausted for 8 hours.
Oh,
So the downside of that is I'm useless.
so that's what that effect was.
Yes.
Wow.
I know. Didn't say it.
Did you
but
make the check?
I did. I failed it
Oh,
by 2 degrees.
Oh, heard.
that's okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh man, that's such a cool ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Never asked about your sword.
Huh? You know what? I am not going to touch that for a bit.
I love it.
We're going to think on that for a second.
So, so you came back and you're just like, all right, we got this baby, and this one, and this one.
And
your canisters are gone, by the way.
I figured.
Yeah, we got it.
Too bad you didn't use them.
Huh?
Too bad you didn't use them.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know. I just thought, I didn't know if they would work outside.
Do you want to know what they did
Yeah.
in the Umbra? I can't tell you what they would do out.
Okay. I got 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah. So you got the one in the dining car. That was the healing one. That was the very first one. There was the one in the parlor car, which is the velvety, the one where you met young John.
Okay. Did not open that one.
You would have seen a quick succession of CPD, so Chicago Police Department, isolated scene photos, like gory, cases, right?
Right.
You could have ignored 1 wound in exchange for taking a level of fatigue.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So you could have basically deflected the
Right.
type of damage you received
Okay.
once. The flat car had another one with images of narcotics, and you would have had an overwhelming sensation to suddenly take narcotics. You would have suffered an infliction 8 abilities, which would left you impaired or exhausted.
Oh my
damn.
God.
So that's not a good
Yeah. Good thing I didn't open it.
And then the sleeping car, where you,
Almost got.
yeah,
Yeah.
you would have found tender images of Jian holding Ku in like loving embraces. You would have received enhanced will 2 for the scene.
That would have been cool.
Yep. And then we might have skipped that one actually. I'm not sure if you found that one.
I think so, because
You
Bowie,
did.
yeah.
You did. And then finally the observation or dome car, the one that
Which
was
that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. Did you opened that one?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
did open
Because
that.
that was the SWAT team coming in on them,
Yeah.
and Anders arrived, which gave you luck control 2 or luck control 1. So
Cool. Yeah, those are all pretty neat.
yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
Little stuff.
Cool.
So anyway, yeah, so those gone.
Yep.
And you decided, hey, let's dive into this Neo journal thing.
Yeah, without even knowing what it was.
Nope.
Yeah, and I was pretty open. It was sort of like,
Yeah, Bear was very
Yeah,
open.
I was surprised.
it's like, hey, I just want to know what this is because I murdered people for it. So like, kind of just want to know what I did that for.
Maybe a little too open.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe I'd be like, just trying to hide it.
Right.
And say, give it
That's
to
what I
Molly in
thought you
secret.
would have done,
And,
yeah.
like, but I figured like Barrett's trying
Barrett's
to be
turning
more
a new
open.
leaf.
Yeah, he's
He
actively trying to be
attempted to
like.
console Ike.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah, I just wanted to be like, hey, I just want to know what this is and why it's important.
You even tried Molly's breakfast.
Yeah.
Wanting it on Cedric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your
Yep.
real claim to.
Yeah, wow.
Raising
Turning a new leaf.
Knowing how terrible it was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think the first big point was their conversation between Molly and Ike in the room. I thought it was very sweet. That was very, very relatively early in that. And then Ike starting to ask the question of the episode, really, of what do you think makes a good person, right?
Yeah.
Which was, I think, really cool through line
Thematic.
for the episode. Probably end up calling the episode like "Good Person" or "What Makes a Good Person." It's probably too long, but good person. I like good person.
I almost asked Laura at the shooting.
Ooh.
Oh, really? That would have been
I
cool.
almost had, because that was after Ike asked Barrett. That like when we were
Yeah,
there,
that
like,
would've
being
been
done,
cool.
I almost had Barrett ask Laura, like, what do you
That
think
would've
is a good person?
Well, that was a great conversation too between. I think that was this huge Barrett moment. that you could get from.
There's some good. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, making the little scenes mean something,
good character stuff happening.
Yeah.
So we had recovering from that, and decided, okay, now to go into town, right? So you don't have the necessary equipment. Just Barrett is like, do science things.
Yeah.
Science.
However, there's somebody in town who can help you. Maybe Doc Hal's place.
He met Randall.
Oh yeah, you met Randall.
Fun Randall.
He was it was a more last minute inclusion in season 1. He only showed up towards the end. Although fun fact, his gas station I think is the first location ever shown
Really?
in the series.
Amazing.
Because Bowie, the very first episode, you follow Bowie going from the sign into town, and he passes by like a shitty, like almost abandoned gas station, and that's
Nice.
Randall's.
Cool.
So,
He
but
wants to save that thing. All right.
but yeah, you met Randall Sven, who's like, hey, I got a militia, dude. You think any of these creatures are gonna do nothing? I got guns.
I got good.
He seems like the kind of person that we should distract with like jingly keys or something. For,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And this is a good episode to meet like other little characters too, like callbacks, like
Yeah.
Doc Hal.
Dude,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get to meet Doc Hal and Dorothy, the urgent care, the only physician in town.
In my mega dumb, was Dorothy always a German Shepherd?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just.
Well, you know what's
mega dumb.
funny you say that? Because initially, they were not.
I thought it was like a
But
lab or
in
something.
canon, it should be a golden retriever.
It was. Okay, I knew it was.
Because I actually have it crossed out that Dorothy was something else, but I made it a golden retriever. Oh, she was supposed to be a what are they called? Give me
This
one
is the
second.
most trivial shit, but
Supposed to be a what's Alex's dog, or a puggle? Oh, is that what he
What's
has?
his dog? Oh, Tater.
Sheepdog, I think.
Oh, I like
Sheepdog.
I think that's
That's
what.
what he's. Oh, yeah, Dorothy was supposed to be originally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that or it's kind of weird that Dorothy suddenly changed entire breeds, right?
Maybe it's
weird.
a new dog that he just likes. The
Yeah,
name.
it's always Dorothy.
You never know. You come back to like a Chihuahua, like that's Dorothy.
They're like, Still Dorothy.
But yeah, so he brings up the North
call Nina.
Restoration, the Arcadian Haven Restoration Project again, which helps you achieve your goal of getting some more specific tech that he's not using. So, go Doc Howe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc Howell's an interesting character. I like him.
I thought he was gonna end up being a baddie for real.
Just because of his like,
His mysterious aura
yeah, like his tone.
and the fact that he's like a doctor and like smart and like I feel like he could easily become a villain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to look after Doc Howe for a bit. You don't know.
Yeah.
Anybody with a cute German Shepherd dog
Exactly.
needs to be watched out for.
Exactly. Especially the dog.
Yeah.
He attacked Ike. She attacked Ike.
Yeah,
I know, right? Almost lethally, I bet.
Blood.
Yeah.
Could have been allergic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed you with allergies.
But yeah, so you were able. I was going to wait for you to find out your assets were frozen when you went to the grocery store. And you went at checkout, like your card is declined.
That
sir.
was so funny.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, so you figure out you get some questions answered about the neo adrenaline
Yeah.
before it disappears. I thought you were gonna use it.
Yeah, the thought crossed my mind, but it wouldn't have made sense for Barrett.
True, it would have been pretty out of character
Yeah.
unless it was like a super moment of desperation.
Right.
But so the next, what was the next big event after that?
So then the emergent. Yeah. It was
A
the.
lot happened. A lot
It was the
happened.
meeting.
Yeah,
You
I
went.
think
It was
meeting.
the shooting range with Laura,
Yeah.
and then it was the
great scene,
meeting.
Great scene. Love that scene.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Um,
And then the meeting.
she brought up the militia too.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think Barrett really knew that was happening.
No, I
So
don't
he
know.
was just kind of like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I think it was a really good conversation about fear and, like you said, level-headedness, right? It's like a lot of like the deep parts of what make Barrett his intrinsic character,
Yeah.
and really leaning into that parental kind of inspiring others in a
Yeah.
weird way, right? So we'll see how that. She's like, I'm just gonna be a cold-blooded killer now.
Yeah. I hope it.
I learned not to care if I blow someone's brains out, because emotion is for the weak.
I hope she takes it the right way.
Gun's like, yeah, all right, yeah, emotion for the weak, kill him, suck him off. So,
I'm sorry, what?
suck him off, boss, come on.
Boss, suck him off.
All right, well,
I'll show you.
I'm
that one
leaving.
later.
So, after that big scene, I think that was the next scene was the boardroom.
Yeah, it was the meeting.
yeah.
So, yeah, you get sudden emails saying, "Oh, dude, you know that those PowerPoints you spent on benefit?
Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, might want to put those down a few ranks."
Yeah, I suppose actually I should. How many ranks?
Oh.
Down to one? Am I now just
You might be. Like, you might be like a
God.
peasant now.
Do I get refunded?
I have minus
Refunded.
4.
Listen,
Only
you chose to
temporary.
get up the sword. This was planned for you.
Ow. Ouch.
See, I think so. Okay.
Huh?
I think one rank makes me 1,000 air.
That was too
you would be
You still got
benefit.
some shmoney.
Yeah, well. Go from 600 million to...
You'll air dry your laundry and you'll like it.
No, I won't. You can't make me.
Pin it up.
rank 1.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well off.
Ooh. You're only well off. Wow.
So more than like anybody in this room. So I think I've always wanted to do this from the minute you said Ike is a billionaire, like
Millionaire. But
millionaire. Excuse me.
Alright, Yeah.
I right from the beginning I was like, at some point Ike needs to lose all his money, because that I want to see him really struggle with that.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna sell one suit.
Shit, those are like 2 ranks right there. Hey, my Giorgio, man.
Yeah, I was just-
See, the problem with that is nobody in Arcadian Haven can afford your suit except Roland North.
Yeah, true.
True.
He'll give you the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In exchange for half your shares.
Best.
No, but yeah, we have some boardroom. What's the word I'm looking for? Political,
Boardroom business.
corporate business. Yeah, in Umbra Initiative. Not something I ever thought we would have.
Yeah, it does not seem like the
Back in a
setting,
while
but
ago.
yeah.
But yeah, we get introduced.
With the youngest character.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You get called into a board meeting, emergency boardroom meeting, for a few different reasons. A new CFO,
Yep.
a new, bringing attention to your sudden absence
Yep.
and the sudden return of a brand new character, Isabella Vance.
Yeah.
Yeah, your sister.
Yep.
Exciting. She's a cool character.
Yeah, I didn't know you had a sister.
Yeah.
no
she's
idea.
fucking awful.
She sucks.
She immediately gave me Azula vibes, right? Just completely blue fire, right?
Yeah.
You also have to meet Luke Vanderbilt,
Yeah.
the friend and ally.
Pseudo uncle.
Yeah.
Pseudo-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like family members there. And then there was a character by the name of Henry Birch,
Yep.
who might be familiar.
It took me a second when you first said his name. I was like, I know that
Dude.
name.
Yeah, I was like, I know. Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to see how you do. I was like, my name's Henry Birch. Looking at you two, like, oh, will they get it? Will they?
Yeah.
He was like not that prominent. So this
No,
is a
'cause
campaign
he was
1
in-
character.
Wow.
Because he was in the Maria fight thing, wasn't he?
So he was.
He was
you
in
first
the
met him at the
away
retreat.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There. He was more prominent at the almost at the very end of campaign 1 because Arabella met, or it was Arabella or is Adam, one of the two. Oh, not Arabella, excuse me, Adam or Jackie that met.
I think I might have met him because I went into Wilt's office and he's the
think
one who
you
showed
did.
me in.
It must have been you.
I think.
Yeah, I think
No,
so.
I thought you tried to read his mind.
No, yeah, that was at the retreat, I think, because I was trying to see what he.
No, I meant later, because one of you were like, "Hey, you guys aren't making this like adrenaline stuff
yeah.
anymore, right?" And failed at like.
I would have to.
Yeah.
I would have to
who
look
did
back.
that. I remember one of us did that. I don't remember what.
It could have been me because I do the mind reading stuff, but I thought it was. It depends what time. I don't know.
Sure. It was later on. But anyway, Mr. Birch comes in. I think that's a really interesting ploy to bring him back of all people into the fray. So I hope campaign 1 people kind of pick up on that.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, wait a minute. And whatever that means. Yeah, but I like Isabella a lot. I hope we see more of her. She's only 21 years old, and she's sitting in that boardroom like she owns the place.
Like
Yeah,
a
right.
Which she
Right.
does.
girl boss.
Girl boss.
Accurate.
Got me.
Nothing else.
The interactions between you two were.
Yeah, you played off her
So
very well. Just complete, like,
was so
sibling
good, yeah.
detest.
Uh-huh.
There was some good back and forths too, good like one-liners
Yeah.
of like.
It was really impactful.
I would hate to actually be a member of the board of directors there, like sitting between them, like. Wish.
Yeah. Sadly, I can't fire her, right?
You could try, probably.
not in your current position. You were almost voted out.
Yeah.
I know.
You almost lost everything in that moment. And Luke said, "Hold on, let's hear him out."
Man, Luke, my one ally, it seems, in that entire place.
He's a.
Uh-huh.
No,
Yep.
don't help her. Don't help her.
Pyro.
We already had a Zuko and Iroh relationship in Initiative with Will's character, other Will's character,
Oh, really?
Right, yeah, other will.
other Will. But yeah, I guess now we have the Zuko Azula. Yeah, I like it. He's a helpful guy, and said, "Hey, why don't we give him a cool month?
Yeah.
Just chill.
Just a
Sit
chill
with
month.
it. You know?
See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what happens."
You give him a little, like, Information.
what was going through your head, Will, trying when you were basically being interrogated? Like what sort of mental gymnastics were going on in your head to be like, how do I not look like an insane fucking person here?
I was trying to think of any good, honest lie that I could possibly tell about the situation, which sabbatical, charity work, stuff like that's accurate. It's true, but also it's not.
Yeah.
It's 100% not true. But it's
I
true.
like the charity line because it's like not entirely a lie, right? Like,
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's corporate. Everything
I
has
should have had you made a deception roll.
I'm glad you did.
It definitely would have.
Yeah, I think you played it off fairly well. I think from a narrative perspective, you played it off perfectly. Just it was enough to just be like, how could he get out of this, right? Like everybody knows it's kind of thin, right? It's vague, but he's still important enough, right? Like how does he pull this through? And then Isabella it sets up Isabella really well to just be like, nobody else here has the balls to call you out on your bullshit, but as your sister, I've always done that. So
Yeah. Gotta find some dirt on her. See how
I
that.
read your diary.
Yeah.
you upload your diary into Apex every night, and I read it.
I got Bluetooth.
But you have a month. You have until January 10th.
Yeah. I figure I'll just sell the Genesis trigger to the R&D team of Contraband and Distribution. Yeah. Then we'll piss off anyone.
No,
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Mass-produced Genesis triggers.
Yeah.
It's like VR.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But way more violent.
Yeah.
Because it
It'll
goes
kill
right into
ya.
your cerebral cortex.
Yeah, let's go into that.
That was something.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, so
Some good shit.
you decide to get behind this Genesis trigger thing.
Yeah, figure it out.
And you take quite a few days. It was what, 4 days, 3 or 4 days?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Constant experimentation onto it and working together. I love the idea of seeing that, of everybody working together in their own contributing factor. Arabella contributing with getting coffee and snacks and like science. Molly and Ike just working
Tirelessly.
Misty kind of obsessing in a different way, just lurking over you at every possible corner.
Yeah, that was.
Barrett, how does Barrett contribute?
I was there.
I imagine Barrett
Hanging
like
out.
this like quiet intensity from Barrett the whole time, because he has such a sense of stakes in all of this,
Yeah.
right? It's so, at this point, it's so personal because it's deeply enveloped into the company.
Maybe
or
he's slightly
group.
familiar with the tech or something.
Yeah, I mean, Barrett's like the whole reason Bleeding Edge is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I figure that both of you had a lot of insight from your history of all of this that was probably extremely useful.
Yeah, the
Definitely
for
more
the interview
Barrett.
process.
Yeah.
And it was time to do some experimenting, some practical experimentation. So you get Misty. It would have been very interesting if you did Bowie. I
That
will
would've
say.
been-
I'm not going to
Yeah.
spoil. It would have been very interesting.
Yeah.
Would
I would have liked that.
Bowie have held still while somebody jams a
Oh,
needle
yeah.
into his eye?
Yeah, that would have been.
I would not have. That's when, like, instead of seeing it all in detail, it would have been like the shadow.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I would not show that because I love Bowie.
I love him too much.
Yeah, so we saw the Genesis trigger, it be used once in a pre-scene, but more we heard it
That was
Yeah.
with Reggie, right?
with Reggie in the bathroom. With Misty, I think it's cool that you have to see the whole thing because it's like that
Yeah.
body horror.
Yeah.
It's just obviously it's
yeah.
inspired by lobotomies, like
Yeah.
frontal lobe lobotomies.
Yum.
That's why it's in the shape of an ice pit.
Yum, yum, yum.
All that stuff.
Oh, I
Love
get that
those.
now.
I get those yearly.
But it's supposed to stick to the theme of umbras, right? Which are a realm of consciousness. So I thought the whole ice pick lobotomy type method
Yeah.
of how you do it was really
Into your pineal gland.
Yeah.
Only some people are gonna understand loud.
details.
enough science mumbo jumbo. I had to just
Oh no,
spit
that
out.
one's a conspiracy one. It's
Yeah, what really happens is an Umbra forms when you do a lobotomy in real life.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you do it and you get whisked away to another interesting little Easter egg
Yeah, that was cool.
That was good.
of Misty's
I liked that a lot.
past. Yeah, that was a cool scene.
Because we never saw that either. Like, we didn't.
Nobody. Yeah,
No,
that was the
so
first
it's
time
nice.
ever seeing something like that.
How many times are we gonna let Misty cough up blood and get away with
She's
it?
not.
so-
Next episode, she's gonna get it.
Yeah, so-
She's gonna get these heals.
So I actually thought about that when she did cough up blood. I
don't-
thought about speaking up as Barrett and just being like, "You're done. Like you're not doing that anymore." But because he's the one who saw her in the woods. Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
and he's kind of like at a point where he's just like, "You are going to kill yourself.
Right.
You're doing
That's
this."
not the
Just why
first
didn't
time,
you?
I don't think.
Because I didn't want to do it in front of all the other characters.
Ah,
Because I know she's trying to keep it a secret.
yeah,
So at some point, I might pull over and be like, "You
Okay.
need to not."
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. I like
Interesting,
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that though, you got the data you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We got all the sciencey words.
Real science. I looked it up. I looked up a couple articles.
I heard some words.
I googled. I was like,
oh.
ooh, buzzword.
Yeah.
Synapse. Oh, oh my, yeah. Of course.
I could nerd out, man.
But we need a little bit of science mumbo jumbo in our science fiction.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah,
spit out the flux capacitor. But I wanted to go more in depth with the Genesis trigger itself because I think it's a really cool device, and I think it's such a pivotal
It's integral.
part. Yeah, it's integral to what is going to happen in the future, right? But you have a goal. If you want to find out where Bleeding Edge is, you need more of these Genesis triggers.
Random question: will it be required homework to play Adam Wake 2 when it comes out?
Alan Wake.
Helen Wake.
I want to say that.
It is for me. It is for me. When does that game come out?
Pretty soon.
Yeah, I want to play it so
God,
bad.
I want to play that game.
I
I
know.
loved Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Anyway, have you played Alan Wake?
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, you should. It's
I remember
so
trying to play it, but the controls were bad, so I didn't.
It's literally just a game about this dude. He's
think they remastered
he's a
it.
writer.
Yeah, I would play it again. Yeah.
He's a writer
I
in
liked
like
it.
Maine, I
Maine,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like taking a vacation with his wife or whatever to Maine, and they go in this cabin, and it's very like
So good.
not SCP like, but he
It's
gets on this
creepy, like,
typewriter
yeah.
that opens up like darkness in this small town. It's essentially the location-inspired Arcadian Haven.
Okay.
And then the game Control, which is made by the same people,
I still have to play
inspired a lot of like the Umbra stuff.
I still haven't
Interesting.
played Control.
And they
like-
kind of like tie in.
Yeah, they're made by the same people, but they're like, they're oh god, they're so
It's
good.
so good.
They just remastered it
Incredible.
too, so I highly recommend playing Alan Wake. The game's good. I'm a writer. So yeah, and then finally we ended with a little. Did you make the sound?
Oh, the little. Wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just a little.
Oh no, not that again.
I think I know exactly what came out of there.
What?
Like Metal Mario.
Not what? Metal Mario. What? It's like a slithering
I know.
metal fleshy slug. What? You know Metal Mario?
No, because
You know Yellow Yoshi?
no, because I.
Just a minute ago, you said you get yearly lobotomies. And now I'm starting to believe it.
No, that actually wasn't my first thought. I just thought it'd be funny.
When it happened, you like looked at me like I was supposed to know, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
Just imagine like. Yoshi.
No, you know how like it just I don't know why, but it gave me like Mario Sunshine, like the little like
Paint Mario, like
Yeah.
Bowser Jr. when he's
yeah,
like,
I'm on a beach.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what comes out of the tree.
Yeah.
No.
Is Paint
I
Mario.
thought it was something else, but
You don't want to say? You don't want to share? That's okay.
I thought it was the way it was described, it made me think I should say. I don't think it actually is, but it made me think of a Mercury type.
I can see that.
Interesting.
This had flesh.
Okay,
Mercury didn't.
there's other Mercuries, kind of.
There were.
Yeah.
I think it's a slug monster.
Yeah. I think that's our next
Slugma.
baddie.
Slugma.
It's gonna be Bowie, but like
A slug.
dark Bowie.
Bowie.
Write that down, write that down.
Shadow Bowie.
Shadow Bowie. Trying to think, what would an evil Bowie do?
What if it was him, but like giant and evil?
Bah, bah, bah.
And then Bowie grows giant somehow, and then they
Yeah.
fight.
And then something kaiju.
Kaiju Bowie battle.
Yes.
Alright. That was episode 7. Overall thoughts.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Ike thumbs up.
2 Ike thumbs up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the Ike episode.
Like episode 10 out of 10.
Lots of
Yeah.
science.
Having a character specific episode reminds me of our old D&D campaign, where like we would have like this is a Chris episode, this
Oh,
is a Colby episode, this is a
yeah.
Taylor episode. You know, we'd have like a player specific episode every so often.
That
makes-
felt
That's what it
good.
reminded me of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me really glad that we have this like nice small group because like we could all like enjoy like just like
Yeah, we could.
experiencing a
Oh,
character's
we
episode.
also had the camera thing with
Oh,
with
right.
Arabella.
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I
Taking
forgot.
pictures.
forget that.
I have to say, giving you that camera, I was hoping specifically you would do exactly what you did with Olivia's room. You nailed it.
I wanted to do it.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought about doing it somewhere else, which I might do
Yeah, you
later.
have the
But
camera.
yeah.
And with that, Colby comes one step closer to his pact with Zinch. God of change and plans. I see it happening now.
Indeed. Kid snitch, as they call them. Yeah, good episode. Great Ike episode. It's interesting that it's an Ike episode without combat.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Without Apex too much, even.
Yeah.
I know.
Strictly Ike.
Which I think is good in this case, because we had a lot of Apex the last episode with the combat in there.
Yeah.
And I think it's really good to like fully cement Ike as a character. It's really messed up to me that this is episode 7. Like it's only like we're not even
It feels
at the
so
double
jam-packed.
digit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really feels like so much has happened in this season already.
Yeah.
Like more
It's insane.
than the last season at this point.
Yeah.
I like episode 7 was like
I had to remind myself, like, in game to be like, oh, wait, no, that just happened, so I shouldn't, like, act that way towards it because it's, like, recent.
Right. Yeah, where were we? Episode 7 in season 1.
episode 7 you were in the movie theater doing
my
the stories.
Was
That's
that
where-
really?
Yeah, that was the episode where you first discovered what Umbras were.
Yeah.
Raj.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, there was something really nice about a fast campaign, not like a rushed one, but one where
Right.
things are happening quickly.
Yeah, no padding.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have a lot of D&D like campaigns that I've been in is like there's so much padding with combat.
This
Yeah.
quest, side quest.
And it's always like or rather even like the plot padding is like okay, we're going to this village, they have a goblin problem. Nothing really intrinsically like interesting happens.
Yeah.
It's just a reason to get you guys to level up so
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
get
that's true.
to the dragon manipulating the cane, right? Like the cooler, or rather I say cooler, but I mean more involved plots, you
Yeah,
know.
I agree.
So
The
but,
dungeon crawl episodes, you know, in D&D that happens all the
Yes.
time, you know.
yeah.
I think that's an integral part of it. But we're getting a little off topic. We could have a whole session just talking the.
Yes,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
will.
Oh my
We
God.
absolutely will. We should talk a lot about like tabletop experience
Yeah.
games and whatnot and plots like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing something with Adam on Sunday. Doing a Arhant, which is another tabletop.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. You betrayer. Yeah!
Is it gonna be streamed or?
No, I don't think so. Just like for
okay.
funsies.
Playtesting, right?
I'm not sure. I saw it at the PDF. He's recommended I buying it, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Gotcha.
I don't have all the deets.
Anyway, thank you for joining us for episode 7 post show of the Umber Initiative. If you tell your friends about the Patreon, thank you. Your
it.
patrons, awesome.
Tell your moms.
Tell your mom.
Tell your mom.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
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 See ya.